Hello dear viewers, a lot of you requested for us to review Death Stranding Director's Cut. I think it is really great chance if you haven't seen the original game now to find it out and what it is. Before we start, I would like to ask you to like and subscribe to our channel and drop in the comments which game you want to see next on our channel. So let's dive deep into it. Our today's guest, Death Stranding Director's Cut. I think a lot of you have seen already the original Death Stranding when it was released on PlayStation, then on PC, and now the Director's Cut. So what it is so special about the Director's Cut? Well, let's talk a little bit about the game overall. Originally PlayStation exclusive, arrived on PC in the middle of the global pandemic that has forced families and friends apart, so elements of the Stranding feel oddly persistent, more than anything it was released in that time. Original release of the Death Stranding was in 2019. The theme of isolation and the hope of reconnecting rings bells now couldn't be back then, as the real world stages drunkenly along the bridges of society collapse. So let's speak about Death Stranding, the director's cut. A strange name about an inconsistent message delivering cargo to dozens of outposts across the fractured post-apocalyptic America. It explores the importance of the community and social ties. It has extra missions and helpful tools to the game's arsenal, but I can say whether they improve overall experience because, well, never had much of an experience to begin with. What can I say is that Death Stranding is still preachy, plodding, and indulgent. It is also precision, soothing, and immense. I have played roughly 60 hours and I've been entertained the whole time. I guess you could say I loved it. So in the game you play as Sam Porter Bridges, a porter for a company called Bridges. Honestly, only Kojima would go away with something like this. Which is essentially a delivery company that appears to be all that remains for the US government. His mother, the president, whose name is Bridget Strand, well, really, runs the company along with the masked diehard and the dead man, played by the after-oak director Guillermo del Toro. Well, there is a lot of familiar faces in this game. Sam's job is to reconnect America using the strands, bringing the disconnected nations back on data, grind that will allow them to recreate interaction that humanity can get back on. Several decades ago, an apocalyptic event known as the Death Stranding caused the world of the living to the dead of coverage, blacking Earth, with the hostile ghostly Appalachians called BTs, or the Breach Things, for the reasons that will be revealed in the story, and which we won't go into here, for fear of the spoilers. But I think some of you might already know it. Whether the purpose of the BTs are terrifying in ties, visible saves from the handprints they also leave on everything they touch. Revealed only to the people like Sam who are affected with the condition called dooms that allow them to see or sense as BTs. Sam is a gifted individual, but he's not only one and the character like Fragile, the enigmatic CEO or rivalry delivery company, and Hicks, the charismatic yet clearly unchanged villain. Sometimes I would just say screw it and get my motorcycle and ride around the really big map, because the game can be sometimes really boring. The main problem with Death Stranding is that while the world building the premises are super B, Kojima's writing is about subtitle announced as pool Q in eye. Characters' names are weird, motivations and plot points left without hanging until the final. So if you would be really kind of also a new tutorial tools. The Stranding focus on realism initially put many people off navigating harsh terrain with the heavily laden. Sam is maidening is ultimately satisfying. It is more easier by an inclusion of ladders, ropes, roads, zip lines, all constructed by you or other players you progress through the game. Yeah, exactly. There is other players, so the game technically doesn't have multiplayer, but if someone left something in the world, it would load in your world too. That's cool. In the director's cut, there are more options. You can create jump ramps for SAM vehicles, or cargo catapults to launch goods safely across the canyons and mountains. Circle bridges offer an alternative, an insanely long ladder, and the zip lines. The bodybot plays the bigger role, as you can design it carry goods beside you or its own. How? You can assign it to carry Sam himself. Agreeably, these additions trivialize a lot of the challenge, but you are not forced to use them. As for the performance, well, the Stranding Director's Cut is sublime on PC. I haven't tried it on PlayStation, but on PC it is fantastic. Wonky physics notwithstanding, it looks phenomenal. It always did, even on PS4, but the environment details is spectacular. Cut the scenes, the character animations are some of the best I've seen. The whole experience hums with the quality and confidence. If you're a PC gamer who loved Death Stranding before, I'd still recommend getting Director's Cut upgrade for the new content, gear, and mechanics. I wouldn't jump at it if you play the version on PS5 thought. It's either case you get boost experience starting the fresh save, not because the progress to transfer from your initial save. Death Stranding was arguably one of the best or worst games from the last console generation. It's up to you, either you like the gameplay or you're not too much to dive into it. If you like the fast-paced games, you're not gonna like it. If you love to dive deep into the game, just coming back home and playing tons of hours in it, you will love it. I pitched my tent in the former camp, and the whole director's cut confirms my stance. Yes, some of it is maddening. Yes, the writing sometimes like being hit and all tanker with the world of exposed. But it's utterly unique. Death Stranding Director's Cut on PC is the best version available performance-wise and well worth it for the fans who missed the time around it. Thank you for watching us on this review, and I'll see you in the next one.